Meet Ashley, a Brazilian individual whose journey with Chiari Malformation began in 2017. 2 decompressions and 1 shunt later, she finds herself at a crossroads, seeking answers and determined to act.
I was diagnosed with Chiari Malformation type 1 in 2017. And I underwent I've had 2 decompression surgeries, and then I had a third surgery to put a shunt in a little while after that. It is definitely, I'll try not to elaborate too much, but it's definitely been a big roller coaster of like ups and downs with doctors and just trying to get the right answer and trying to get to the point where, we could actually do something about it. In 2017, when I went to the ENT doctor, and she was like, "Oh, you have a sinus infection." She was like, "Let me do like an MRI or something." And then she came back and she was like, "Oh, but I see this other condition, but it's like not that big a deal. But I'm going to refer you to the neurologist anyways." And I'd always had headaches and migraines, and so I was like, "Oh, I already see a neurologist. I'll just ask him about it." But when I asked them about it, I mean, they acted like it wasn't a big deal. They were like, "A lot of people have this," like, and I was like, "Well, literally, I don't even know how to say that or pronounce it." So I don't think that I know much about the condition. I got to the point where they referred me because it was so different. Like what I was feeling was so different than what you feel with a migraine or a headache. And, it wasn't just even a tension headache. And it was like all directly just in the back area. So they referred me out to a neurosurgeon. And then they were like, you basically have a choice. You could either have decompression surgery or you could just let it be. In the spring of that next year, just got to a point where I was like, I'm just going to do the surgery because for me, the biggest impact that it has is really on, there's some smaller things that happen, but like it's on my ability to laugh, which is, I know sounds really silly, but like anytime that there's pressure, like I just have a really hard time with that pressure. So like laughing, bending over, doing anything sports related, and I love to do things sports related. So because I coach Special Olympics, and that just it impacts me every time that I go out there. So anytime I have to like really exert myself, it just really got to a point where it was impacting me.
Eventually, Ashley found herself leading the charge for change. She courageously stepped up to take charge of the walk in her area, becoming a beacon of resilience within her community.
Last year, it was kind of funny. I ended up taking it over from someone who had done it a couple of years in our region. But when I say it was literally 5 days in advance, it was literally like 5 days before the walk. And I was like, what do I do? I was like, do I have purple stuff? Like what, all these good things. And so it ended up fine. I actually got help from someone who ran a walk close by, and she came and like brought some ideas, and we just kind of had a very small group. So this year we had a little bit of a larger group, and I was very pleased with that. And we even had some people reach out, and they were coming from like South Carolina, or one person was like, I'm flying in from somewhere in the Northeast, and like, I see you have this walk, I want to go to it because I'll be in the area. So we had some people kind of from all over who maybe couldn't attend their event, but like they drove to this one. Did a lot of like everything purple themed, had like giveaways, and had like special, I think something people really enjoyed was I say we, like, because I obviously like pulled my family into like helping me do things, but had them really give away like little goodies and just things to make people who had like our Chiari warriors feel really special that day, regardless of just the walk. So like little goodie bags for when they left, and opportunities, things that Conquer Chiari sent out, but also things that they could just take with them, or like photo opportunities. Our walk was not one of the biggest walks in terms of fundraising, but I think in terms of the way that people felt when they came to the walk and the experience that they had, really like took that over. I think that's what was really, really important.
Ashley emphasizes that we are more than our conditions, and raising awareness not only supports those affected, but also holds the potential to unlock future solutions, paving the path for a better tomorrow.
We do have to take a step back and realize that we are more than just this condition. It's not like yeah, your life may have changed because you have this, like what you do day to day or whatever, right? But don't let that really impact what you're also doing in life, right? So you can have this, but also continue to do what you're doing. There is importance in it. There's importance in raising money, raising it, even if you're just sharing the post about what it is, the condition is. I mean, things like that. Like there's great importance in that